yard line after a good job by Broussard just to get that off.
Well, the Apaches have got to figure out a way right now, 10:26 to go in this first half, because they have been all over the place offensively and not been able to put not only a sustained drive together, but consistently 2 or 3, 4 positive plays, picking up a first down here and there. Right now, my book, I've only got them for 3 first downs, and boy, they have come sparingly in the midst of their penalties right now. They've already had 4 penalties right now for 40 yards against Navaro's 5 for 38.
And the last possession, they turned the ball over, but fortunately Navarro was not able to turn it into points. 1st and 10 for the Apaches at their own 6-yard line. Guerra is lined up right at the goal line, and he will hand it off up the middle. Nice surge on the play for a good first down run.
So it's going to be James Lee.
Yep, and he will get 4 on the play, out to around the 9. It'll be 2nd down. They'll actually give him 3 at 2nd down and 7.
Well, you weren't lying about the luck out of that punt, because it looked like disaster literally back at around midfield.
You make your own breaks sometime. 2 wide to the right side. Ball's on the left hash mark. Quick pass out from Guerra. Complete catch was made by Lonnie Johnson, the tight end, for a short gain out to around the 13-yard line. It's going to be a 3rd down and 4.
Well, it's a good start to this drive, too, Brian, to the fact that they run it out, they get out of a little bit of trouble, and then the quick in pattern to Lonnie Johnson. And that little slot, that little turn in, we used to call it a button hook just down the field, picked up decent yardage for him on a 3rd and short.
Trips in close on the left side, and a fumble on the play. Ball came out, and let's see if they were able to get back on it. Terrible miscommunication on the mesh between the quarterback, Guerra, and James Lee. They never were able to connect on the handoff. Unfortunately, Lee was able to fall on it, but another near disaster for TJC, and now they'll have to punt.
Well, I hate to say this, but that may have been a height differential situation right there with Guerra, because Guerra had been handing off to a couple of runbacks that were a little bit taller than James Lee. He had that handoff right just underneath the neck of James Lee, and it was just a bad exchange.
Ramirez will punt. Oh, my goodness. He turned that thing over, and it drew rain. It went all the way back to the 33-yard line. That is going to be a punt of 57 yards.
And if they ever gave punters their full yardage, that would have been a full 65-yard punt.
Holy cow.
Good gracious.
Brian Ramirez flipped the field, and Navaro, thinking they might have the ball at midfield, is going to start at their own 35-yard line. My God, that was a rocket.
Like a Dan Marino bomb. Oh, my God.
It had the spiral on it, too.
That was fantastic.
1st and 10, Navaro.
2 old guys excited about a punt.
Well, in this game?
No. Man, special teams.
Play action, and rolling to his right, Broussard gets hit in the backfield. He's going to be dropped back at the 31-yard line. Nobody buying that one.
Well, Dede Ross, a guy that did an awful lot of tackling and disruption at Chapel Hill. Ross was the first one to get back to him, and he popped Broussard immediately. Broussard looked like there may have been a broken play, because as he rolled to his right, his receiver was he had kind of set the ball in his right hand like he was going to throw a little out route or something, but his receiver was blocking down coming near side, so couldn't tell if that was a designed run or just a botched play.
Be 2nd down and 13 now. Navarro at their own 31-yard line. 3 wide to the left side. Broussard rolls to his right, the short side of the field. Now he's looking back, and now he's going to turn around and take off to his left where there's a lot of running room. Gets to the 40, gets out of bounds. He gets hit right as he gets to the 40. And, of course, as he was heading out of bounds, he was being tackled by number 12 for TJC, Dede Ross, and he's going to get flagged for 15 yards.
Well, Broussard was already engaged in a possible tackle, a force out of bounds at the 37-yard line. Unfortunately, Dede Ross, who, after making that forced play, the play ago, will now give them an automatic first down now with this late hit.
Brutal. 15-yard penalty there.
Yeah.
I don't know what the officials are discussing here, because it was pretty clear that was unsportsmanlike conduct.
Well, that may be one of those things they're trying to figure out whether it's unsportsmanlike or...
Face mask. Okay, that's interesting.
Wow.
I never saw that. I just saw the late hit at the sideline, but it's 15 yards either way, and it's going to move the ball into Tyler territory at the 40-yard line. So a big first down for Navarro on a huge penalty against TJC. They've had their issues with the flags here in the first half.
And 2 major penalties here in the second quarter, both those a 15-yard mark-off.
First down and 10. They'll hand it off right up the middle, and thrown in the backfield is stopped by the linebacker. It is number 24 for TJC, Nazir Adams. And there's no gain on the play. It's second down and 10. 7:20 to play in the first half. No score between Tyler Junior College and Navarro College. Kind of living up to the hype. These two teams met twice, second time for the championship last year of the conference. And it's been that kind of ball game right here.
Yeah, 2 missed field goals, the only offensive threats either team has made tonight.
Offset tight end to the left, pulls to the right, and then the running back, Sergio, gets hit in the backfield and is taken down by Quentin McDowell.
Yeah, great penetration by Dede Ross again. As they here just this particular series, there has been a front four for TJC has absolutely mastered controlling the offensive line for Navaro right now. Dede came in right behind nose tackle Emmanuel Lawton and forced him right back into the backfield and made that stop.
Third down and 11 now from the 46-yard line. Navaro, all the receivers left before the ball was snapped. That would be called miscommunication.
I don't know why everything is tickling me with these penalties, but
well, it's because they've happened on pretty much every play of the game.
Yeah, it's just that, boy, it's almost, and you hate it that it seems like almost a. If you watch junior college football, there is so many mental mistakes that will happen during the game, in any game, at any talent level at all, at this junior college level especially.
Third down and 16 now. The ball's back at the Navaro 49-yard line. Broussard back to throw. Pressure coming backside. He goes down. Jameel Evans takes him down back at around the 36-yard line.
Well, fantastic effort in that backfield as Jamil Davis from Atascocita comes in at 6'1", 280, and he beat his blocker. And then about the time Broussard decided to try to get into a second gear, Davis was already in third gear and got him down from the back of, or coming in from behind at the ankles and pulled him down, forcing now another Navaro punt.
Third punt for Navaro in this ball game. Line of scrimmage is back at the 37-yard line. Darius Green puts his foot into it. It's taken at the 18-yard line, brought out to the 30, 31. A helmet goes rolling around, and the return is brought out there and dies as number 33 for Tyler Junior College is Khalil Ewell, and it's going to be a nice return, and it'll be spotted at the 32-yard line.
You know, if you've got no fireworks on offense or defense or just huge plays happening other than the intensity of both of these teams, man, you got to go to the special teams. And this has turned out to be a punting exhibition already early in this first half, with both punters having just spectacular nights, and unfortunately they're playing a lot.
Handoff, sweeping left, Ashton Haynes. Haynes gets the first down on a 10-yard gain on a sweep to the left. Tackle made by TJ Shocker for Navaro, but it's a 1st and 10 for Tyler with 4:56 to go in the first half. No score. Handoff again to Haynes. Haynes tries that left side again, puts his foot in the ground, fires straight up, and gets to around the 48-yard line. 4-yard gain. It's going to be second down and 6.
All of a sudden, TJC has decided to keep the football on the ground and making some positive leadway here.
And running no huddle, so some tempo to go along with it. Now over the middle, Gareth throws it deep. It's overthrown. It was intended for Amari Henry. He was covered back there closely by Marjavius Moss. Pass was just overthrown. Too much arm.
Well, I think Henry may have lost the football turning back and looking back at the 25-yard line. He pulled up just a tad. Now, he had a step and a half on the defender. But, man, about the 25, when he turned and tried to focus in on that football, he turned to his right, and the ball was going a little bit further over his head. But still, he pulled up just a little bit. May have been the difference in him catching up with it.
3rd and 6 from the 47. Guerra over the middle, short pass caught at the 49, cuts up the field. Now he'll run inside the 40 to around the 38-yard line. That catch was made by Elisha Besa, who was supposed to be out with an ankle injury, but he's tried to give it a go, and a timeout is called as there seems to be an injured player on the field. Let's take a 30-second timeout with them. You're listening to TJC Football on AM 600 KTBB. Junior college, he's their right tackle. Apaches have the ball 1st and 10 at the Navaro 38-yard line with 3:59 to go in the first half. No score between Navaro and Tyler Junior College. Guerra has a running back to his right, 2 tight ends. Single wide receivers to either side. Guerra straight drop back. He's going to fire it deep right side. Going for the end zone, ball batted away. It was a terrific defensive play by Travis Roman, the safety, intended for Besa, and it's incomplete.
Well, Roman basically, if you look at the replay too, Brian, Besa made that play Roman made the play you're supposed to make as a defender. He got hands on the receiver, but as he saw the receiver reaching for the ball, turned around, and that's so many things we see at the high school level. They don't do that last second where you turn to make a play.
We had a 2nd down and 10, and suddenly a quick whistle before the snap. Let's see what that's about. Apparently they misspotted the ball, so they're going to reset it at the 38. Last time TJC got down close to this territory, they missed a field goal. Handoff on what looked like a Statue of Liberty handoff. Ashton Haynes started on his right, circled around behind Guerra and took the handoff, and basically for all that running got nothing. No gain on the play, 3rd down and 10.
That did look wicked, though, from up here. It literally looked like the old-fashioned Statue of Liberty play.
I have a feeling that wasn't drawn up that way.
Little misdirection. Yeah. Maybe he just forgot which direction to go to.
Yeah, or which way to line up. 3rd down and 10 from the 38 now. Guerra. Back to throw. Pressure from the outside. Caught at the 30-yard line. Amari Henry complete. Did he get the first down? Yes, he did. They'll move the chains. TJC with a drive right now, right here before halftime. They need some points.
Well, both he and Lonnie Johnson were open. Johnson did the deep route down the middle of the field. Johnson was open as well, but Guerra dumped it off quickly and got that first down.
From the right hash mark, they'll hand it off. Up the middle, Ashton Haynes. Haynes gets a good gain. They get a little bit of push there to the 25-yard line. It's a 4-yard gain. You can do that every play, you're all right.
Well, and it goes back to what we just talked about. This is exactly what the Apaches needed, was a sustained drive. Whether it's positive on the ground or through the air, they're combining on both right now and having a great drive right now.
Need to get some points out of this. 2 wide to the left side this time. Guerra looks to his right, fires sideline. It's caught and out of bounds. Amari Henry pushed out by Travis Roman. And it'll be another first down for TJC with 2:08 to play in the first half. Still scoreless between Navaro and TJC. But the Apaches trying to cash in now deep in this territory. Timeout is called. It's a 2-minute timeout. We'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to TJC Football on AM 600 KTBB.
Our business program is the foundations that you're going to need for a bachelor's program when you transfer.
Got my associates at TJC. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in accounting, and I currently work in a public accounting firm in Tyler, Texas.
Human resources,
accounting, marketing,
financial literacy. have some speakers and some networking opportunities for students.
It's going to give you a competitive advantage to be able to speak the language of business.
I feel like business is everywhere, whether that be in Tyler or anywhere around the world, and I felt like I wanted to be a part of that.
We have smaller class sizes.
The human aspect is always going to be there.
It was a great experience, great classes.
Business is just going to give you a really good foundation to understand how the world works.
Following the 2-minute timeout, Brian Houston along with Kenny Smith at Earl Campbell Field at Christus Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium. Tyler Junior College has a 1st and 10 at the Navarro 18. Their deepest penetration of this ball game. Slant over the middle is incomplete, intended for Gents Hilburn. He thought there might be pass interference. Good defensive play by J.P. Patterson there. And it'll be 2nd down and 10 with 1:57 to play in the first half. We're still scoreless. TJC really needs to get some points here off this drive, which has been their best of this half. From the 18, 2 wide to the left side. Ball's on the right hash mark. Firing the ball to the left hash. It's caught at the 10-yard line, and down he'll go. That's Jamari Evans on the completion to the 9.
Number 0, Gents Hilburn.
And it's 3rd down and 3 now.
3rd down and 2.
Ball on the left hash mark. Power formation with a blocking back offset on the outside of the right tackle. 2 wide receivers stacked outside the hash to the right. Rolling to the right, Guerra. Guerra looking. Guerra going to fire into the end zone. It's caught at the end zone. Touchdown! Elisha Besa. Touchdown TJC.
Well, boy, you got to hand it to him. If anybody that is here, obviously, you're watching the replay on the big screen, obviously. Besa did a great thing for his quarterback. Now, he and Hilburn both had the almost stacked routes. Hilburn went a little bit deeper into the end zone, but Besa worked that goal line from about the hash mark all the way out and stayed with his quarterback all the way to the end line, to the corner of the end zone, and still had a step inside the end zone to guarantee if he made a catch, it was going to be a TD.
Mathis will try the extra point. It's up, and it's good. And with 1:19 to play in the first half, Tyler Junior College 7, Navarro College nothing. 1-minute break. You're listening to Tyler Junior College football on AM 600 KTBB.
Our business program is the foundations that you're going to need for a bachelor's program when you transfer.
Got my associates at TJC. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in accounting, and I currently work in a public accounting firm in Tyler, Texas.
Human resources,
Accounting.
Marketing.
financial literacy.
We'll have some speakers and some networking opportunities for students.
It's going to give you a competitive advantage to be able to speak the language of business.
I feel like business is everywhere, whether that be in Tyler or anywhere around the world, and I felt like I wanted to be a part of that.
We have smaller class sizes.
The human aspect is always going to be there.
It was a great experience, great classes.
Business is just going to give you a really good foundation to understand how the world works.
It's a 78-yard drive that took about 4 minutes off the clock. Tyler Junior College finally getting on the board with a touchdown pass, 9 yards to Elisha Besa, makes it 7-0. The kickoff now taken at the 20-yard line. Lots of room to run, 30, 40, 50, and out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
Could be Seth Baggett with the tackle, and you got to give it to the kicker, man. When the kicker understands he is the last line of defense for this football team, he ends up forcing the runner out of bounds at around the we're going to see their mark it down right around the 41-yard line, 47 or so.
Jahari McDonald from Myers Park, North Carolina, returned that kickoff. Quite an answer after the TJC touchdown, brings it all the way back to the 46-yard line in Tyler territory. That's a 35-yard kickoff return. And so 1st and 10 from the 45. Rolling to his right, Broussard breaks a tackle. Now he's down the sidelines, and he'll run out of bounds right at the first down marker. In fact, he'll get beyond it and get the first down. Let's see, no, they marked him out about 2 yards shy at the 38-yard line.
And Broussard was running out of bounds around midfield and somehow kept his balance and got down the hash marks untouched until he got right there to the 38 before he ran out of bounds.
2nd down and 2 now. Handoff. Sergio Snyder tries the right side. Gets little or nothing on that gain. It'll be 3rd down and 2. TJC defense, good job, and a nice tackle by TJ Williams, the linebacker.
We always have to wait for TJ to face us so we can see this jersey number.
Quick pass, Broussard over the middle, slant caught at the 32-yard line. That's going to be good for a 1st down. That's Sergio Snyder coming out of the backfield there.
Yeah, and Nazir Adams just missed a pick 6 possibility. Boy, the ball just zipped right by in front of him.
3 wide to the left side. Fake to Snyder. Quick pass out left side. Caught. And then down at around the 21-yard line. The catch made by the tight end, Cash Lewis, the freshman from Lubbock. And a timeout called. Let's take a 30-second break. 7-0 TJC with 23 seconds to go in the first half. You're listening to TJC football on KTBB. And both teams back on the field. That one taken by Navarro. They have 1 remaining. 23 seconds left here in the first half. Tyler leads at 7-0. Ball is at the 21-yard line. And a whistle. And it's a false start against the Bulldogs.
Well, unfortunately, Micah Simpson, and it always happens to these wideouts. Very rarely you're going to see a left guard jump in a procedure call. It's always going to be a wide receiver or somebody on the interior line, or in the backfield who just misses the snap count. I always figured if you really didn't know when the snap count was, just watch the football. Wasn't that the golden rule?
That would seem to be the case.
Yeah.
Game's changed, Kenny. I mean, come on. Deep ball right side. Caught at the 1-yard line. What a throw and a catch, Broussard. And the grab was made out there.
That was a whale of a catch, man.
Makari Ashley. And a timeout called by the Bulldogs at the goal line. They'll have it 1st and goal. And Broussard with the beautiful pass. All the way down to the 1-yard line. It's a 21-yard pass. And again, a great catch by Ashley, just short of the goal line. So they'll discuss it. It looks like, boy, no offense at all in this ball game. And in the last 3 minutes of the half, we've got both teams now. This Navaro threatening to tie this thing up with 16 seconds to go.
I think everybody got into an urgency setup right there. But back to that pass play, because Garrett threw a strike, but Ashley had to adjust as he was literally on a streak route down the sideline. Started to move inside and had to reach around his defender who had him covered up, but he brought both of his shoulders around in front of the defender and was able to cradle that ball right at the 1-yard line.
Here come the Bulldogs. They'll have it 1st and goal at the 1. They have an I formation, power formation, quarterback sneak, Broussard in, touchdown.
They're doing a little version of the tush push going there. I know they don't probably like that terminology at this level, but
Broussard with the 1-yard touchdown run, and it's now 7-6. And the extra point to come. Adrian Zamudio, Tanner Jacobson probably not quite as excited about going into the locker room at halftime now, talking to his team with the game tied up right here before half. Kick is up, Kick is good. Game is tied at 7-all with 13 seconds remaining. Let's take a 1-minute timeout. You're listening to TJC football on AM 600 KTBB.
Here's how it goes. You're born, you grow, and grow a little more. You start school. You crush on the cutest girl in class. You're starting to love math. On to high school. It's a whole new ballgame. You win some awards. You get your heart broken. Prom, yearbook photos, high school, check. Now what? Here's a suggestion. Tyler Junior College. It's 2 years you'll never forget. It's challenging. It won't bury you in debt. It opens the door to every possibility. Tyler Junior College. You're ready for this.
On the ground here with 13 seconds to go. It's picked up at the 30, 35, blasted at the 40-yard line. Up man was number 32, Braylon Brandon from Corsicana, the kickoff return man for TJC. And the Apaches will take over now with 7 seconds to go here in the first half with the game tied now. Navarro got the benefit of a great kickoff return, 35 yards to the TJC 46. They were able to drive it in from there. Broussard with a 21-yard pass to Ashley to the 1, and then Broussard snuck it in from 1 yard out with 13 seconds left here in the first half to tie the ball game. TJC likely just to go ahead and take a knee here at the end of the first half. Unless they want to play it really aggressively and take a shot. They'll toss it left side. Ball comes out, and it's recovered by Navarro with 1 second left. Now, do they let the clock run out? Now, I think that Navarro is going to be arguing there's still time left on this clock after the man went down. They tossed the ball, and a fumble came down, and now we've got people pushing each other. Now, let's see if they put any time left on the clock. I would say they got 1 second left. But we shall see.
Well, that was 7 seconds on the clock when everything started.
2 seconds left, so Navarro's going to get one play after the brutal fumble by Jens Hilburn. They tossed it to him out of the backfield. He coughed it up. Navarro came up with it. I think Rima Nwosu was the man that picked it up.
Well, it was a batted ball, too, as Hilburn had it in his left hand and was about to round the corner, but that's the second time. The two different fumble recoveries for Navarro, and both of these have been great plays as far as how the fumble caused comes around, where they literally coming right around the whole body and just batting the football out of a loosely held football.
They got one play from the 28-yard line. Broussard back to throw. Pressure coming outside. He's going to run up the middle. He throws it deep. It's out of the back of the end zone. It hits a crossbar, as a matter of fact, and that's how the half is going to end. That's appropriate. At the end of the first half, Tyler Junior College 7, Navarro College 7. You're listening to Tyler Junior College football on AM 600 KTBB.
Tyler Junior College, Apache Bell. This morning, the Apache Band hosted their annual Game Day experience for high school band students from across East Texas. These students spent the day rehearsing the Apache Band, with the Apache Band, experiencing life as a college musician, and performing in the stands. And now, they're taking the field for a performance you won't forget. Please welcome to the field the Tyler Junior College Apache Band and our 2025 Game Day Experience Band. Let's hear it for the members of the 2025 Game Day Experience Honor Band. Thank you for spending your day with us and being part of the Apache Band family. We hope to see many of you back in this field as Apaches. Tyler Junior College is excited to present the Apache Marching Band and their 2025 production, Boy Bands. In the year 2000, one song took over the charts and became the anthem of a generation. This afternoon, the Apache Band kicks off their boy band performance with NSYNC's smash hit, Bye Bye Bye. Featuring the Apache Punch Drumline Front Ensemble, and joined by the always dazzling Touch of Gold. The Apache Band is going to turn it up with the music of BTS and their smash hit, Dynamite. Today's show, the Apache Band brings you the music of One Direction. Featuring the trombone and saxophone sections, we invite you to sing along to Steal My Girl and What Makes You Beautiful. Apache Punch captain is Jordan Cornelio. Front ensemble captain is Emma Smith. Let's hear it one more time for the Tyler Junior College Apache Band. Welcome back to the field, your Tyler Junior College Apache Bells. Today, the Apache Bells had the honor of hosting over 150 dancers from around the state of Texas. Please give a warm welcome to our game day experience dancers as they perform a palm routine alongside the Apache Bells to Talk to Me, Dance with Me. The Apache Bells are under the direction of Patty Beeson-Burns, Interim Artistic Director Lily Capizio, and Graduate Assistant Bridget Paul.
Campbell Field, halftime. Our score, Tyler Junior College 7, Navarro College 7. Recapping the scoring in this, there's not much to talk about. It was a scoreless ball game until the final 3 or 4 minutes of the ball game when in the first half when Trey Guerra threw a 9-yard pass to Elisha Besa, capped a 78-yard drive, and put TJC up 7-0 with about 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. The kickoff return by Navaro was brought back out to the TJC 46, and that was followed up by a pass of 21 yards from Broussard to Ashley to the 1, and then Nehemiah Broussard takes it in from 1 yard out with 13 seconds to go in the half to tie it at 7. Navarro recovered a fumble with about 2 seconds to go in the first half, was not able to do anything with it as the ball was thrown incomplete, and TJC and Navarro are tied at 7 here at halftime. As far as the stats are concerned, TJC leads it in first downs 11-9. TJC has outrushed Navarro 85-61. Passing yards have been limited. It's 89 yards for TJC, 59 yards for Navarro, 174 total yards for TJC, 120 total yards for the Navarro College Bulldogs. Penalties 4 for 40 yards for TJC, 7 for 59 for Navarro. Individually, Broussard's 11 of 19 right now. As far as for rushing, 11 and 19 yards. Hilburn is the leading rusher for TJC, 2 carries for 38 yards. Guerra has completed 14 of 20 passes for 89 yards. Broussard 5 of 11 for 59 yards. Leading receivers in the ball game. Henry with 4 catches for 29 yards. Hilburn had 5 catches for 27 yards for TJC. And then, of course, it was Snyder with 2 catches for 15 for Navarro. 7-7 the score. We'll take a 1-minute timeout. We'll come back and we'll get started for the second half of this ball game. 7-7, Navarro and Tyler Junior College as we get started with the second half of play. You're listening to TJC Football on AM 600 KTBB.
Our business program is the foundations that you're going to need for a bachelor's program when you transfer.
Got my associates at TJC. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in accounting, and I currently work in a public accounting firm in Tyler, Texas.
Human resources,
Accounting.
Marketing.
financial literacy.
We'll have some speakers and some networking opportunities for students.
It's going to give you a competitive advantage to be able to speak the language of business.
I feel like business is everywhere, whether that be in Tyler or anywhere around the world. And I felt like I wanted to be a part of that.
We have smaller class sizes.
The human aspect is always going to be there.
It was a great experience, great classes.
Business is just going to give you a really good foundation to understand how the world works.
This is Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium, where the two teams are on the field warming up, getting ready to start this second half. Other college scores from around the country in the top 25. Texas leads Vanderbilt 34-31 with 30 seconds to go in the fourth quarter. It's been a good one. Miami leads SMU 20-17 with 1:04 to go in the fourth quarter. It's Louisville up on Virginia Tech 7-0 in the first quarter. And then, of course, some big ball games coming up later on today. This ball game is tied at 7 apiece. Navarro and Tyler Junior College. TJC trying to wrap up an undefeated season with a 9-0 record if they can come out of here with a win today. Navarro College still has one more ball game to play, and then it's likely these two teams could see each other again down the line as we get into the playoffs. But at the moment, it's Tyler Junior College trying to settle business here for the regular season and get out of here with an undefeated record. Overcast skies now, but no more chances of rain. It's 64 degrees at the moment. Feels like 61. Winds are out of the north-northeast at 6 miles an hour with wind gusts of 11 miles an hour. Really has not been much of a factor. Kenny Smith, thoughts about the first half?
Well, first half, it all came down to that last minute and 19 seconds of the second quarter when both teams decided that, they kind of went into an urgency factor, started moving the football. Turnovers for TJC hurt them, of course. The 2 fumbles right there in the second quarter really kind of did them in, only cost them that 7 points at the end of the ball game, or at the end of the first half anyway. And trying to at least try to figure out what happened to Shackleton, who was their starting quarterback and has been their starting quarterback all season long. Talked to 3 guys down here. Nobody knows where he is or if something did happen as far as a pregame injury, as far as something that happened on the trip over. Maybe this week he may have gotten injured in practice, but we have yet to see it. Number 13 on the sideline. And nobody here in the press box seems to know what factor kept him from starting this ball game.
Covert operation, these junior college football teams.
It's turned out that way, hasn't it? Early in this one.
TJC comes back out on the field. The Apaches to their sidelines again with the gold jerseys, with the black numerals and the white shadow on the outside. They've got black pants, black headgear. with the white stripe down the middle and, of course, the Apache Indian insignia on either side. Across the way, the Bulldogs in the red pants, white jerseys, red numerals, red headgear. They'll come out. They won the toss to start the ball game, deferred, so they will get the ball to start this second half. And the kicking team is going to come out for TJC, and that means that Seth Baggett will come out to do the kicking for the Lindale Eagles, who Kenny has seen a few times in his life.
A great story in this kid coming out of basically nowhere. Chris Cochran over at Lindale needed a kicker at one time, decided to head over to soccer practice like most smart coaches, and said, hey, would you like to maybe try football? And Seth said, okay, and went to practice.
How much?
They left him on they left him on the practice field and let him kick over by himself at a different goalpost and stuff. And Seth ended up being probably the most prolific kicker in Lindale High School history for all 4 years. He came in, his very first game was a win against Pine Tree.
And he kicks it off here, and it's taken at the 5-yard line, brought out to the 20, 23, and he'll be taken down. Well, maybe. The scrum moves to the 30. You talk about a push. It's a rugby kickoff return there. And so Navarro will come out and start at their own 30-yard line. Micah Simpson was on the kickoff return. And so Navarro will have the ball to start. 14:47 to go in the third quarter. We're tied at 7.
Phil Hicks came in and said they had found out Shackleton evidently dislocated his shoulder. No timing on that as far as it went to practice this past week.
Okay.
He probably didn't do that in warm-ups.
No.
Well, hey, we've seen it happen in baseball sometimes.
Back to throw on 1st and 10. Broussard chased out of the pocket, rolls to his left, points downfield. Now he'll sail it into the stands.
Well, sometimes it's not the safest route for a quarterback to be heading towards the sideline under heavy pressure and then dump the ball off. We've seen a couple of late hits already called against Tyler Junior College, one against Navaro also. But, you know, if you're a second-string quarterback or a guy that has not been able to throw a lot of passes this year because you've had a pretty decent starting quarterback that's guided you all the way to this point right now, well, protection has got to be pretty marquee for this guy right now, staying healthy.
5 of 11 in the first half for 59 yards for Broussard, who's had limited playing time this year. Man in motion to the near side on 2nd down and 10. They'll hand it off to Sergio Snyder, trying the left side, and he gets blown up for a loss as the TJC defense shot through there. It's a host of Apaches that got in on that one.
Well, if there is one tall tale for the first half, also with Navarro coming in with the running game being substantial for this football team consistently, the front four and at times front three for the TJC Apaches has really done a number on this offensive line for Navarro and has really limited the large gains on the ground.
Jamil Davis was the man that made the stop on that play. It's 3rd down and 12 now from the 29-yard line. Nehemiah Broussard back to throw, fires over the middle. It's caught at the 44. He breaks a tackle, still running at the 50 into TJC territory. And down, Nakari Ashley with a big first down on the explosive play.
Boy, and but Broussard had a problem really getting the football out almost at that break, as getting the completed pass across the middle, but getting the extra yardage after the catch was pretty darn impressive as well. But Broussard really got in trouble rolling to his left while he was kind of sidestepping, threw against his body a little bit, but made a nice completion. Big play.
31-yard pass play for Navarro. 1st and 10. They'll throw a bubble screen out to the left side. It's caught, and then he is swarmed by the right side of the TJC secondary. Nothing out there for him, as it's Jahari McDonald that made the reception, and then he is taken down out there by Clifton Gooden and Willie Nelson.
You know,
loss of a yard. Sorry, Kenny.
No, you're okay. Coach Groh had mentioned the energy that comes along with a TJC football game. We're seeing that really in this defense.
2nd down and 11 now. Navarro has the ball at the Tyler 41-yard line. Back to throw, Broussard. Pressure coming. Now he's got to pull it down and roll to his right. He's running under pressure, gets hit as he throws a high pass, incomplete. Pressure on the back end to the quarterback, pressure on the receiver down the field. Intended for Sergio Snyder. Good defense by TJC.
TJ Williams was actually in coverage and just blanketing the intended receiver. But again, boy, you go back to Broussard, and it is one of the things that has really driven this defensive backfield crazy for the Apaches is Broussard has really showed a lot of evasive maneuvers when it comes to getting out of that rush from the Apaches. He's been able to open up the field a little bit, stretch these plays out. Has been incomplete on that pass, but has shown some prowess in doing that.
3rd down and 11 now. Play action. Broussard back to throw. Fires over the middle. Caught with a flag going down at the 25-yard line. He'll get inside the 20. We'll see what the flag is. Catch was made by Mason Mwaa.
It's going to be Quentin McDowell, Brian, on the far side. McDowell was literally holding up his receiver even when the ball was in the air.
That's a decline penalty. It was against TJC, as Kenny mentioned. And so it's a 1st down. Another explosive play. Mwau on the catch down to the 17-yard line. That's a 26-yard gain. And it's 1st and 10 now for Navarro at the 17.
2 huge plays for the Bulldogs right now in the 3rd quarter here to put them in scoring position.
3 wide to the right side this time for the Bulldogs. Broussard rolls to the right. Now he'll run the counter to the other side. Snyder backside. Gets it to the 6-yard line. Breaks a tackle. Gets run out of bounds after TJ Williams finally got him down, but it's a 1st down for the Bulldogs inside the 5.
Boy, Snyder just got kind of into 2nd gear when he crossed the 10-yard line. That's the 2nd time we've seen that counter play go for big yardage for Navarro, but that time it's inside the 20 when they run that counter play and a huge hole on the back side of that play. TJC took a long time to converge on that, finally pulled him down at the 5.
1st and goal, Navarro, 5-yard line. Under center, Broussard turns, hands off to the tailback. Snyder into the end zone. Touchdown, Navarro. Nothing fancy there, just a drive play off the left guard.
Well, they got that seal block on the outside by Daniel Cruz. The play is designed to go off that left tackle. But if the tackle blows his player up, if that defensive tackle decides to do that outside move, that tackle is supposed to go ahead and blow him over outside, just keep him going. That's exactly what happened. Cruz made that play happen, and that running back's got to go up and throw a little high five on the top of that helmet.
Zamudio will try the extra point. It's up. It's good, and Navarro takes a 14-7 lead over Tyler with 11:32 to go in the 3rd quarter. You are listening to TJC Football on AM 600 KTPB. Back in 1 minute.
Our business program is the foundations that you're going to need for a bachelor's program when you transfer.
Got my associates at TJC. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in accounting, and I currently work in a public accounting firm in Tyler, Texas.
Human resources,
Accounting.
Marketing.
financial literacy.
We'll have some speakers and some networking opportunities for students.
It's going to give you a competitive advantage to be able to speak the language of business.
I feel like business is everywhere, whether that be in Tyler or anywhere around the world, and I felt like I wanted to be a part of that.
We have smaller class sizes.
The human aspect is always going to be there.
It was a great experience, great classes.
Business is just going to give you a really good foundation to understand how the world works.
Picks it off after their touchdown. It is taken by Amari Henry, and he'll bring it out to around the 38-yard line, where there's a lot of traffic over there in front of the TJC bench. And, there's a defender on the kickoff return team for Navarro, or the coverage team, rather. Number 26, Isaiah Griffin, with his hands up in the air like, I'm not guilty, let me out of here.
Griffin kind of got caught up in that thing where he was the last one to get shoved out of bounds. So everybody had to unpile, and he was the last guy remaining. All the other white jerseys just took off. So left their boy on the sideline at TJC with a bunch of tacklers.
Apaches have the ball 1st and 10, trailing 14-7 from their own 38-yard line. They'll hand it off on a sweep. James Lee. Lee can't get around the edge. He gets dropped for no gain on the play. Navarro had a drive now from their own 31-yard line, 69 yards. Took about 3 minutes off the clock. They had big pass plays from Broussard to Ashley for 31 yards, 17-yard pass to Mwau. And Snyder had a 12-yard run before it set up the 5-yard touchdown by Sergio Snyder. 2nd down and 10, pass over the middle, incomplete, intended for Lonnie Johnson, who was defended well on the play by the Bulldogs. It's 3rd down and 10.
Well, I'd be interested to see the targets for Guerra as he continues to target Lonnie Johnson and even Wilburn as well. Boy, Wilburn, 5 catches, 27 yards, but right now Johnson 2 catches for 12. But, boy, he's been targeted many times where he's had the ball go off the corner, go off his hands.
3rd down pressure, then Guerra had to roll out to his right. He took a shot as he threw the pass, and he is down on the completion to the 44-yard line, but the real issue is what happened to him when he got hit on the sideline catch to Elisha Besa. Guerra is down, the quarterback for TJC, and he's favoring that left leg. Could be an ankle. We're going to take an injury timeout for 30 seconds. 14-7, Navarro on top of TJC. You are listening to TJC Football on AM 600 KTBB. Back in 30 seconds. That would be a major blow to this team, not only in this game today, but if this is a lingering issue, this could be a real blow to them in the playoffs.
Yeah, Guerra 14-20, like you mentioned before, Brian. 89 yards in the first half, and even on the ground, 2 for 11. But, my God, the best we can see, the camera angle's a little wide on the replay, but he got hit down low, but going backward looked like the defender may have just fallen on top of that ankle as he stayed down, but God bless his heart. You hate seeing it, especially here, you know, the importance of this game, but also postseason maybe a couple of weeks away.
Guerra came into the game a 66% passer. He passed for 2,222 yards, 19 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. He is the leader on this offense, and he's having to be helped off the field right now. So coming into the ball game now, Luke Ulrich from Colleyville. But they're punting the football right now on 4th down and 4. And Ramirez gets it to the 15 where a fair catch is called for by Micah Simpson.
I'm telling you, if you're a fan of special teams, man, this is a big night for you because the punters are putting on a show tonight. I mean, just not only – nobody's had to pinpoint anything yet, Brian, or kick it out of bounds. They're just booming them left and right.
It's a 39-yard punt. Guerra injured. Navarro with a 14-7 lead and a lot of momentum now with 10:33 to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, and this is when you ask a team, you got to hit resilience right in the face right now. You lose your starting quarterback, and looks like he's going to be out for a while. He's not going to be able to work on that ankle right now. And remember that you're undefeated, that you're a pretty darn good football team, and come out and play like one right now.
.10:33 to go, third quarter. Back to throw. Broussard. Pressure coming. He's in his own end zone when he has to fire the ball to the right sidelines. The ball is off the hands of his tight end.
Be Cash Lewis on the intended receiver. I mean, you got to hand that to Broussard, too, Brian. He not only got out of trouble, almost got his shoulder pad ripped down at the goal line, not only got the football out, we thought he was just going to throw it out of bounds.
Yeah.
And he throws it right towards Cash Lewis, who had it right there in his chest. It may have gotten tipped right before it got to him, but Broussard almost completed that pass.
2nd down and 10, Bulldogs. 3 wide to the right side. Ball's on the left hash mark from the gun. Nehemiah Broussard, hands off, sweeping right. Snyder at the 30. Snyder cut down at the 35-yard line. Flag comes out from way out beyond in the secondary in the middle of the field. Could be a hold against Navarro.
Well, the back judge was back around midfield, too, Brian. He just double-tossed the flag.
Yeah. That's going to be against Navaro. That'll wipe out a big running gain and a first down. Penalties, boy, they have been the nemesis of both of these. Holding is the penalty against the Bulldogs. So wipe out a big run by Sergio Snyder. Break for the TJC defense.
Well, that's tough, too, because some great outside blocking gave Snyder some extra incentive and extra space back there. So instead of that being, a first down, set up a 2nd and 8 now, 2nd and 6 now.
3 wide to the left side this time. Ball on the right hash mark. Handoff in the backfield. Nehemiah couldn't make the handoff, and then he is buried by the TJC defense. Nazir Adams from A&M Consolidated all over him.
Well, Nehemiah was the first one to get the handoff, and then he fumbles as he got contact in. The ball ended up right back into the hands of Luke Ulrich.
It was a jailbreak back there. So Broussard and the company now with a 3rd down and 13 from their own 15-yard line. Again, they'll try that 3 wide receiver set to the left side. And they send their running back in motion and swing it out to him. That's Deshaun Brundage. Brundage gets hit in the backfield. Great defensive play back there. TJ Williams, along with Tyson Williams, sniffed that out, and it had no chance of making any yardage at all. They hit him at the 10-yard line and took him out at the 12.
Well, Apaches are responding exactly like you're supposed to. You lose your quarterback. You've got to do something to get fired up. And the defense came out and made a great stand there, made a couple of big plays, forced a penalty. Now they're going to get the football back and bouncing his way right around the 43-yard line. Punt returner Khalil Ewell. And watch if this punt is returnable and see what kind of return this young man gets.
Green 5 yards deep in his own end zone. He gets off a nice punt, drives the return man back to the 42. He breaks a tackle. Now he's got a wall. If he can get around the edge, he gets caught from behind at the 45-yard line. A great special teams play on the coverage team by Jaden Broussard from Acadiana, Louisiana.
I'm telling you, you're going to have people here that you went to school with or mowed their yard.
I just want a source that can smuggle boudin across the state lines.
Well, we've already brought up other beverages going on in the evening.
Well, boudin's not. Yeah, I mean that's legal stuff.
Of course it is.
It's nuclear, but it's legal.
Yeah. Well, Khalil Ewell really thought he had the edge, and he ran into somebody just as fast as him to pull him down at the 46-yard line. But TJC will start 1st and 10 there.
2 wide to the right side, single wide receiver to the boundary. And Ulrich hands off. And there's very little running room for Bryce Burgess, who I don't know if he got a yard on the play.
Helmet off.
Yeah, now we've got another injured player. That's not good. Lonnie Johnson this time comes up limping.
And boy, he's limping on his left leg too, Brian.
He goes down to his knees, so that means the trainers are coming out on the field. We'll take an injury timeout. It's 14-7. Navarro leads TJC. 8:09 to play, 3rd quarter. You're listening to TJC football on A&M 600 KTBB. Back in 30 seconds.
Here's how it goes. You're born, you grow, and grow a little more. You start school. You crush on the cutest girl in class. You're starting to love math. On to high school. It's a whole new ballgame. You win some awards. You get your heart broken. Prom, yearbook photos, high school, check. Now what? Here's a suggestion. Tyler Junior College. It's 2 years you'll never forget. It's challenging. It won't bury you in debt. It opens the door to every possibility. Tyler Junior College. You're ready for this.
Player off the field. He seems to be okay now. It's going to be 2nd down and 10 for TJC at their own 46-yard line. Luke Ulrich in quarterback now. Back to throw. Deep ball, right side. It's underthrown, and the receiver had the defender all over him, but it's called incomplete. No pass interference. Man, I don't know. He wrapped him up in a bear hug, and the official was behind the play and did not make a call.
Well, that's going to be one of those you get caught up in, is it catchable or not? But the defender literally,
if you're not allowed to come back to the ball.
Exactly. If you impede the receiver's opportunity to come back and make a play on the ball, that is indeed an interference call.
If you're going to use big words and make me look bad, fine. Okay, impede the receiver. No, you're absolutely right.
I listened to Bill Coates. He's a Hall of Famer now. So
well, I'm certainly not. So, and boy, do we know that. 3rd down and 10 now for the Apaches. Back to throw, Ulrich. He pulls it down. He's going to run. He's not going to get far. It gets to the 49-yard line where he's brought down by TJ Shocker, who was spying him on the play. He only got a yard on the play. Boy, that was a bust of a possession. It's going to end in a punt. 7:33 to play.
I mean, it's going to take a long time for me to get used to players literally throwing a party and celebrating so hard when they just make a tackle. It is hysterical
to watch. Get used to it. It's been going on for decades.
Yes.
All right. Ramirez comes in to punt it. This one a wobbler, short, taken at the 25 to the 30 and out of bounds at the 35-yard line by Micah Simpson. 7:07 to play in the 3rd quarter. Navarro leads it by a score of 14-7, and you kind of feel like all the momentum has gone that direction here in the 3rd quarter.
Well, we saw TJC answer when Guerra went down. The defense came in and made a great stop. Unfortunately, when the offense got the football back and they got what looked like was going to be a great punt return, turned into just a little bit, and they just could not make anything happen offensively. But Ulrich, give him a couple of possessions at least. Let him get warmed up out here a little bit. He's already gotten tackled, so he's got that adrenaline going now.
Big defensive game today, and now we got a flag right here as both teams line up. And that's an illegal substitution. 12 men on the field, so somebody checked into the huddle and then checked out. You can't do that. So once again, another penalty. And at halftime, Navaro had 7 penalties for 59. They've had at least 2 here in the 3rd quarter.
2 for 15 right now in this 3rd period.
So practice makes perfect.
Well, the officials don't need to do any more practicing.
No, but Navarro is practicing as well.
Okay.
7:07 to go in the 3rd quarter. 2 wide to the left, single wide receiver to the boundary. Schneider takes the handoff, gets hit in the backfield. And again, good defensive play by number 26. That's Clifton Gooden.
And Gooden was locked up in a block, too. He was already being handled with the left tackle and reached around with the hand that was not being occupied and ripped the runner down.
Gooden from A&M Consolidated and College Station, and so it's a 4-yard loss and 2nd down and 14 from the 31-yard line. Bulldogs have the lead 14-7, 6:29 to go in the 3rd quarter. They have the ball. 3 wide to the left side. Back to throw. Blitz coming. Nehemiah Broussard spins out of it. Fires it over the middle of the field. Picked off. It's intercepted. And TJC gets the ball. The interception taken by number 28, the Canaan Suing.
Well, there's a Tyler High veteran right there that was in the right place at the right time. But what Broussard got out of a literally bull rush by Justin Cottrell. Cottrell was right in his lap. He somehow spun out of that play, tried to throw it complete. It went through the receiver's hands, deflected right up and right into the hand of a Tyler High Lion. TJC will get a great turnover and excellent field position now to try to turn this into a tie ball game.
Ball is at the 38-yard line of Navarro. Bulldogs lead at 14-7, but TJC getting some new life, and it looks like Guerra may be back in the game. He is.
Oh, my gosh.
Trey Guerra with an ankle injury is back in the ball game, turns, play action, looks deep, fires deep, left side. Ball thrown into a crowd, unable to come up with it is Amari Henry. He threw it into triple coverage.
Well, Evans was down there along with Henry. They're almost in the exact same place and way too close for two receivers to wonder who's going to be the eligible receiver. But unfortunately for Guerra, still amazed that he's putting some plant weight on that leg, on that ankle that he came off that was shaken up, but ball just fell in between the receivers, both in the end zone.
Had plenty of zip on the ball. If he had to push off on a leg, it doesn't seem to have affected him much. Now play action again, this time slant pass. Oh, miscommunication, pass interference flag thrown. Defender for Navarro is pleading his case, but Dylan Gordon is going to get flagged for PI.
Well, he must have got impeded the cut, as it was just a simple out route at around the 28-yard line.
Evans was the intended receiver, Jamari Evans, from Baton Rouge and Walker High School. Oh, boy, the crowd's letting them know about it now. Always love to listen to the crowd. Ball's at the 28 after the penalty. It's 1st and 10. TJC. Guerra back to throw. Deep ball again, throws into double coverage. That one almost intercepted. It was caught, but when the defender hit the ground, he was not able to hang on to the football to the ground.
Man, 3 defenders in that same area as well.
Not a good decision.
Guerra threw into double coverage, even got a little bit of a push off.
That was picked off by Travis Roman, but he couldn't hold on to it. He had the interception in the end zone.
Yeah.
Guerra should have never thrown that football.
Well, Hilburn knew it, I think, as soon as the ball left Guerra's hand, because he realized there was 2 around him and trying to figure out a way to position himself where he might be able to prevent the interception.
2nd down and 10 now from the 28-yard line of Navaro. TJC trails 14-7. Again, that Statue of Liberty handoff, and it goes nowhere. I'm not sure what the design on that is supposed to be, but they need to redesign it. Khalil Ewell gets blown up for a loss of 2 yards back to the 30.
Well, something happened earlier in the second quarter, and I just watched it happen again, and thank goodness the officials are ignoring it right now. But as a TJC Apache will reach down to try to help up a Navarro player, he will dive bomb LeBron James style at around the 30.
Well, of course he was. 3rd down and 12. Guerra under pressure. Pressure from the backside, throws it to the sideline in front of the TJC bench. Incomplete. Intended for number 2, Jordan Green, and it's going to be 4th down now. So the pick by Sewing, they're going to try a really long field goal. This thing is going to be spotted at the 37. It's going to be a 47-yard field goal try.
Well, Mathis has got his work cut out for him. We've seen him hit him from 50 in a warm-up. We'll see if he's got the range right now.
He's ready for it. Snap is back. Kick is up. Kick is, didn't make it. Not enough leg. Short and no good. And with 5:14 to go here in the third quarter, the ball goes over to the Navarro College Bulldogs, who have a 14-7 lead. It's been exciting. It's not been high scoring. It's been a lot of defense, but so far at this point, Navarro has this thing under control.
Well, we've been amazed at the fact that Guerra even came back in this ball game, but it literally looked like he may have been pressing himself a little bit, choosing to go deep on back-to-back passes. One of them with 2 receivers in the same area, and then the other one just thrown into double coverage. So Guerra just looked like he is really trying his best to take this football game over and make something positive happen.
Drive will start at the 30-yard line. Handoff, Snyder up the middle. Snyder gets a good push, gets across the 35 to around the 37-yard line. And getting up off the bottom of the pile, number 12 for TJC, Day Ross. By the way, can I just mention that the front offensive line for Navarro College looks like they came from Alabama?
Yes, it does.
They all look the same. They're as wide as they are tall.
We don't have any heights and weights on that roster. Just classifications and positions.
4 bills is what I'm betting on it. Second down and 2. Oh, hitting the backfield. Snyder got blown up. Wow, what a tackle. I believe that's T.J. Jackson, the T.A. Williams, rather.
T.A. Williams.
T.J. Williams.
He's got hair that covers the entire back of his jersey. So now we know that it's Williams that wears that hair like that because he's the only one with the extensions that literally covers his entire jersey.
It seems like that would slow you down, but it didn't slow him down. He looks like a heat-seeking missile out there.
Well, it's still one of those best highlights of pro football is watching Palomalu get pulled down by the head of his hair. The hair of his head on that return one time.
3rd down and 5 now from the 35-yard line. Navarro, Broussard under duress, sails it off his back foot. It's caught out of bounds by Micah Simpson, but Broussard had to get rid of it before he really wanted to as he just got popped.
Well, T.J. Williams was back in his face again, and I'm not sure why Navarro has, for some reason, forgotten to put a body on him as he has been a menace in that offensive backfield. For Navarro is just letting Williams somehow come through unabated a couple of times in consecutive possessions.
3:49 to go in the third quarter now. Green comes on to punt for Navarro. Snap is good. Green puts his foot into it. Taken at the 22. Brought out to the 30. 35, 39-yard line where he is taken down. Number 33, Ewell with the nice punt return. 3:38. Let the tomahawk chop rhyme.
Well, we've seen not only a lot of great punting going on special teams wise, and there's not a lot of times I think a broadcast will be so invaded with so much punting knowledge, but the punt returns themselves, even with the good punts, we've seen 10, 15, 20, 30-yard punt returns all afternoon.
They haven't turned into points. Guerra and the Apache offense come back out on with 1st and 10. Trailing 14-7, 3:38 to go in the third quarter. They'll hand it off in the backfield. The running back is hit and knocked back for a loss at the 39-yard line. And now a whistle as they try to untangle players. That was Ashton Haynes, the ball carrier.
Well, a guy that's got a lot of energy, by the way, for Navarro. Walker, it looks like his last name is DeHarse.
That's it. Walker DeHarse, the linebacker.
Walker is, anytime he is in on a play, that guy gets up angry.
Now whistles as they stop the play.
Well, they're pointing at one of the interior linemen.
Now they're telling somebody he's got to come off.
Okay.
And checking out of the ball game right now is Via Moala from Kennewick, Washington. And he's being replaced in the offensive line.
Reuben Smith came in and was trying to do a substitution before they got the ball snapped.
Guerra back to throw on 2nd and 11. Fires it. Caught on the right sideline in front of the Navarro bench by Elisha Besa. It's going to be about a yard shy of a first down at the 48.
And Brian, I think this is what Guerra's got to do, right? What he's doing. They're playing real quick offense right now, too.
Oh, defensive lineman jumped off sides. Offensive lineman reached out. This may be encroachment against Navarro.
Well, it was pretty emphatic from Leroy Woldridge. As soon as the defender jumped, he decided to reach out and tap him on the helmet and say, "We got you."
It is offsides. That's going to be a first down for TJC.
This is what Guerra's got to do. Go ahead and work those sidelines. Maybe get some of the sharp passes, the timing patterns, some of the out routes. Get some short passes going here. Get a sustained drive together. Get this game tied up.
Third down now, or rather 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line in Navarro territory. Guerra under pressure. Oh, he got taken down. Beheaded in the backfield by Raymond Pernis.
Well, it looked like Guerra was going to plant his left foot and take off down towards the visiting sideline, and they had plenty of room over there, but Pernis somehow just steamrolled him about the 48-yard line and caught him on the basically on the blind side. I think Guerra really thought he was about to go off on the races, and he went down instead.
Loss of 3 at second down and 15 now at the TJC 48-yard line. Apaches have the ball. Guerra back to throw. Tries to throw a fade, and going way up to get it was Besa, but he's out of bounds, I believe. Whether they calling him complete?
No, he is out of bounds.
Yeah. He went way up to get it, but he was well out of bounds when he came down with the ball.
Well, Nehemiah Broussard, who's the quarterback for Navarro, was going ahead and letting the officials know he saw the whole play, and he made the call himself. He's way out of bounds.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Third down and 15. You need to complete a pass or two. Rolling to his left. Guerra fires, man wide open, caught at the 42-yard line by Jets Hilburn.
Boy, Guerra throwing against his body, too, was rolling to his right and had to turn, and that is so difficult for anybody at any level, but to whip your shoulders around and throw a dart right there. But, boy, I think he's just made kind of a habit of this, but Hilburn has a way of adjusting to the football, coming back to get it and completing that pass.
10-yard completion, but it's 4th down and 5 now for TJC. Wing right, play action, RPO over the middle, caught at the 32-yard line. That's going to be a first down. Jets Hilburn on the slant route.
Hilburn, 5 catches, 27 yards in that first half, and Hilburn pretty much being Guerra's favorite target now.
Playing NASCAR football now. Quick pass out to the right side by Guerra to Elisha Besa. Besa hit after the short gain. He got about 4 on that reception. And it's going to be 2nd down and 6. TJC no huddle again. Ashton Haynes lines up to the right of Guerra. Guerra will throw it again. Guerra, pressure, sacked. Back at the 35-yard line.
Boy, that's just got to kill that front line right there. Guerra with some positive plays, some good out routes, picking up some confidence. Left the field with what we thought was a bad ankle injury, not able to put any weight on it at all. Coming out, making something positive happen, moving the football, and then having to try to get out of the way of the defense and getting pulled down for a sack for about a 5-yard loss.
I think Raymond Jackson was responsible for that. Ball goes back to the 40, to the 35. Guerra now throwing a deep ball left side. It's overthrown, intended for Henry. This thing's picked up pace.
Well, Henry was open at the 20-yard line. Unfortunately, the ball came out of Guerra's hand funny. The first time we've seen that ball basically waffle out of his hand. And Henry had 5-yard cushion from his defender, and ball was just a couple of feet over his head, and Guerra comes off the field not happy at all with that pass. But, boy, it just came out of his hand a little funny, and unfortunately going to force him into a punt.
Brian Ramirez comes back out to punt again. He's at the Navaro 49-yard line. This should mean poor field position for the Bulldogs. If it can stay in play, it bounces at the 5, race to get to it. It's batted back into the field of play, but then recovered on the goal line. That's going to be a touchback. Yep, nice effort by TJC's kick team, but they just couldn't keep it in the field of play. Good try by Jordan Green downfield, but it's going to be Navaro's football.
Yeah, Ramirez got the end-over-end kick.
That is the end of the third quarter, by the way. After 3, Tyler Junior College trailing Navarro College 14-7. You're listening to TJC football on AM 600 KTBB.
Our business program is the foundations that you're going to need for a bachelor's program when you transfer.
Got my associates at TJC. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in accounting, and I currently work in a public accounting firm in Tyler, Texas.
Human resources,
Accounting.
Marketing.
financial literacy.
We'll have some speakers and some networking opportunities for students.
It's going to give you a competitive advantage to be able to speak the language of business.
I feel like business is everywhere, whether that be in Tyler or anywhere around the world. And I felt like I wanted to be a part of that.
We have smaller class sizes.
The human aspect is always going to be there.
It was a great experience, great classes.
Business is just going to give you a really good foundation to understand how the world works.
Final 15 minutes of this ball game. Handoff up the middle, and a fumble comes. The ball comes out, and it looks like TJC recovers it. The Apaches come up with it. Willie Nelson with the football, and the Apaches are going to have tremendous field position inside the 25-yard line of Navarro College.
Good gracious.
Handoff was to Snyder, and it just came out.
Well, getting up really awfully slow was Tyson Wilson. Wilson got up, almost looked like he was going to stay on the turf, but Wilson was at the bottom of that pile. And Wilson ends up being part of kind of that recovery as Willie Nelson comes up with the ball, and a absolutely spectacular turnover and a turn of events for TJC.
Ball's at the 21-yard line. Quick pass out to the right side. Hilburn breaks a tackle, gets to the 5. Touchdown! Jens Hilburn. Garrett to Jens Hilburn. And we're a point away from tying this game up.
Well, just like that, we had just mentioned it about figuring out a way to work a sustained drive. They get the turnover and don't even need one. But, man, mark that up to Hilburn with great individual effort. Just caught the quick screen pass. He set up in the slot right, took a step forward, a step back, caught basically the screen off in the flats, made 2 moves inside and then broke out to the outside and took it the rest of the distance, 21 yards away. And are having to wait as they've got an injured player for Navarro who came off the field late.
That was Marjavius Moss,
okay,
who
that's
was kind of
right.
holding a shoulder. It looked like his arm was limp. Coming on to try the extra point now, Daniel Mathis. Ramirez will hold. Kick is up. Kick is good. And we are tied again at 14 with 14:44 to play here in the ball game. TJC and Navarro College all knotted up. You're listening to TJC football on AM 600 KTBB.
Our business program is the foundations that you're going to need for a bachelor's program when you transfer.
Got my associates at TJC. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in accounting, and I currently work in a public accounting firm in Tyler, Texas.
Human resources,
Accounting.
Marketing.
financial literacy.
We'll have some speakers and some networking opportunities for students.
It's going to give you a competitive advantage to be able to speak the language of business.
I feel like business is everywhere, whether that be in Tyler or anywhere around the world, and I felt like I wanted to be a part of that.
We have smaller class sizes.
The human aspect is always going to be there.
It was a great experience, great classes.
Business is just going to give you a really good foundation to understand how the world works.
Seth Baggett's kickoff goes through the back of the end zone. Following the TJC touchdown, Willie Nelson with a fumble recovery at the Navarro College 22 sets up a touchdown pass on a screen from Guerra to Jens Hilburn. The touchdown ties it at 14 with 14:44 to play in this ball game. Navarro will take over at their own 25-yard line now. Back to throw. Ulrich up the middle, gets to the 12-yard line. I'm sorry, Nehemiah Broussard. Wrong backup.
I did that in the second quarter.
Yeah. So he gets a couple of yards on the quarterback draw, and it'll be 2nd down and 8.
Well, they trade off turnovers half to half. 2 fumbles by TJC in the second quarter really hurt them. They only gave up the score on 1. But picking up an interception in the third period, now the fumble recovery in the fourth helps them tie up this ball game on 1 play.
2nd down and 8 from the 27-yard line. Snyder gets tripped up in the backfield. Great defensive play by TJC's number 22, Benjamin Roberts from Kahuku, Hawaii.
Well, matching up the 22s is that time it's instead of Snyder, instead of 23, it's 22 Christian Womack with the carry. He got tripped up, incidentally, just kind of set his knee on the ground trying to regain his balance, and they marked him down back there for a 2-yard loss.
3rd down and 12 now. Navaro at their own 23. Broussard rolls to his right with pressure. He's got room to run now. Gets across the 30. Still running at the 35. Did he get out at the stick? Let's see where they mark him. Yep, he's going to have the first down. In fact, he got all the way out to the 39-yard line.
Well, that was a heck of a dive.
Moved the chains.
Well, he gave himself up, but Gennard Lockhart didn't wait for him to run out of bounds or force him out of bounds. He went right for the tackle at the 33-yard line, hoping to maybe keep him short of that first down, but Broussard, with nice athletic ability, dove past that tackle attempt and got the first down.
Here come the Bulldogs, 1st and 10 with 13:01 to go in the ball game. Tied at 14. Ulrich, quick pass over the middle, caught and brought down immediately at the 45-yard line on the RPO slant. That catch was made by number 11, Nakari Ashley, and it's 2nd down and 1 after the 9-yard gain. 3 wide to the right side this time. Play action. Again, Broussard complete to the 49-yard line in TJC territory. Nelson makes the tackle on the receiver, Mason Mwau. And it's another first down, and again, the Bulldogs with tempo right up to the line of scrimmage. And again, a quick snap. And this time they'll hand it off. And trying to get out to the outside, Willie Nelson runs him out of bounds at the 46-yard line. Carry was made by number 22, Christian Womack, again from Tomball, Texas.
I just realized by the end of this ball game, you're going to be able to go to Hawaii and order anything to eat without having a problem.
But not have any idea what I'm ordering. That's the problem.
We're going to know so much more, though, after looking at some of this Navaro roster.
I can pronounce it, but I have no idea what it is.
Yeah, we're all going to fall in that category.
Yeah. It's kind of like living in Louisiana most of my life.
It is not kind of like living in Louisiana.
2nd down and 7 now. Navarro has the ball in TJC territory. Handoff, cutback, Womack to the 45-yard line where he gets blasted. Clifton Gooden in there, and right up to the line again. They're not going to give TJC a chance to get a breather right here.
No, and they may just be giving Snyder an opportunity at maybe catching his breath a little bit. Maybe he's been shaken up because Womack has been in this ballgame the last 2 series, this last series.
They did huddle briefly there. It's 3rd down and 5 now at the 44-yard line in TJC territory. Broussard, right side. A flag goes down. It's going to be pass interference. The pass incomplete, intended for Nakari Ashley.
Well, Quentin McDowell had him locked up at the 30-yard line and was literally just tugging on him and pulling on him from the 30 on. So it got late in that pattern, and when he was literally making a play for the football when the flag finally came in.
By the way, if you're wondering why these 2 idiots are calling the game today, it's because Bill Coates is being honored as a member of the Texas Radio Hall of Fame
really
right
big
now.
Day for all of us, man.
Big ceremony in Kilgore right now. Kevin Simon's over there offering moral support. You know, we hate to watch Bill cry.
There's free food for Kevin.
Well, this is also true.
You and I both know why Kevin Simon went with him.
Yeah. But congratulations to Bill. We're really proud for him, and couldn't think of a better deserving guy than Bill Coates. And we are thrilled to be here to cover the ball game for him while he accepts that fine award.
It was one of those double-edged swords, though. We would have loved to have been there for him.
Absolutely. I feel kind of messed around by that, by the way. 3 wide to the right side. And they'll try the counter this time to Womack, and Womack is buried in the backfield by Day Ross. Good penetration by the linebacker for TJC. Drops him for about a 3-yard loss. It's going to be back at the 33-yard line now. 2nd down and 14.
Boy, and helping there from Emmanuel Lawson. Lawson was the one that got a first arm on him, made him change his direction, pushed him towards Day Ross. Good team play there from the defensive front.
2nd down and 14. Navarro has the football in TJC territory at the 33. They'll run the jet sweep this time. Getting to the 30, and a big defensive play by Day Ross again. Man, he is shooting all over the field, sideline to sideline. And what looked like was going to be a big gainer for number 82, Mason White, out of Denton, turned into nothing.
Yeah, Day Ross just seems to get into a groove at times. And, when you're on the basketball court, you get in the zone. When you're on the football field, you get in this groove to where the field just kind of starts to look really small to you, where the basketball goal looks a lot bigger to you when you get in kind of a zone. But Day has been all over the field and making big play after big play all afternoon.
3rd down and 12 now for Navarro at the TJC 31. Ulrich back to throw, pressure, caught, sacked. Once again, T.J. Williams and Clifton Gooden.
Well, we haven't seen anything but man-to-man coverage on this TJC defensive backfield. I haven't seen them drop into a two-man zone or a two-deep zone at all. Everybody is manning everybody up, and that time Broussard had nowhere to go. All three of his receivers split out wide to the right side, had patterns literally within about 5 yards of each other, and were all in the same area, but with yellow jerseys right on top of them.
The punt, pass, and kick competition continues out here at Rose Stadium as Darius Green comes back out to punt it. From the TJC 49, pooch kick. And this time, Navarro does a great job of keeping it in the field of play, and they down it at the 7-yard line. Good job by number 35, Isaiah Levels of Ayala, California. And it's going to be TJ's football back deep in their own territory. 8:33 to play in the ball game. It's 14-14. TJC trying to wrap up an undefeated regular season.
Well, they got to see what they can do with this final 8:33 to go and deep in their own territory. See if they can keep that momentum towards the Apache sideline.
Guerra, the quarterback. Handoff. Bouncing out right side and getting some yardage. James Lee out to the 14-yard line.
We know 3 times we've seen TJC inside their own 10-yard line, and all 3 times they have run it right up the gut against Navarro, picked up big enough yardage to give them a little bit of cushion. They pick up 6 with a 2nd and 4 situation now.
Both teams running tempo now. Again, no huddle and a quick snap by TJC. Guerra over the middle, caught at the 35, 40, 45, 50. And Gents Hilburn gets the first down in Navaro territory, or right at midfield. That is going to be a 37-yard pass play. Guerra to Gents Hilburn.
And another Navaro Bulldog is down at the 45-yard line. And this happened at the conclusion of the play. So I'm not sure if this was going to be a non-contact play. But down on the field right now is number 17, Aaron Bell, a sophomore linebacker out of Gilmer.
Let's take an injury timeout. 30 seconds. It's 14-14 with 7:51 to go. You're listening to TJC Football on AM 600 KTBB.
Here's how it goes. You're born, you grow, and grow a little more. You start school. You crush on the cutest girl in class. You're starting to love math. On to high school. It's a whole new ballgame. You win some awards. You get your heart broken. Prom, yearbook photos, high school, check. Now what? Here's a suggestion. Tyler Junior College. It's 2 years you'll never forget. It's challenging. It won't bury you in debt. It opens the door to every possibility. Tyler Junior College. You're ready for this.
10 TJC at midfield, tied at 14. Quick pass out to Hilburn. Hilburn breaks a tackle, gets to the 40-yard line, and it'll be marked down at the 39. Hilburn he's a handful.
Yeah, he is. And tell you what's great is he keeps asking for the football, and he went down, and he had nobody to help him up, so he's pleading with the linesman, can you give me some help? And the linesman reached down and just pulled him up off the ground.
Patterson made the tackle, but it's a first down for the Apaches with 7:13 to go in the ball game, still tied at 14. But TJC driving at the 39. Twin wide receivers, Guerra back to throw. Deep ball over the middle. Man overthrown And a flag should have come down. It did come down at the 11-yard line. Pass was intended for Jamari Evans, and it is pass interference against Navarro.
Well, they got locked up at around the 13, 14-yard line or so, and the interference call is going to go against Nakari Ashley.
He was beaten on the play.
And he knew it from the time that it left, and I just called that on Ashley. It'll be on Christian Cooper. Cooper decided to hold up Evans right around the 15-yard line, tugged at him for a second, and just kept him from getting into that second gear.
1st and 10 from the 24. They tried a quick screen out to the left side, and Guerra just had to sail it over Hilburn's head because he had pressure in his face.
Guerra turned around and looked right at Ramon Pernis, as Pernis is the one that made him alter that throw, as he had a man wide open but had to throw it over his head because Pernis was coming in with both hands up.
Oh, yeah.
Like Nick Bonacani coming in there, stretched completely out.
You just lost half our audience.
Oh, yeah.
2nd down and 10. 6:54 to go in the game. Guerra pumps, deep ball, right side. This ball's overthrown. No chance of anybody catching it. It was intended for Lonnie Johnson. And trying to cover out on the play on the corner. That looked like number 31 for Navarro, Christian Cooper from Garland.
Well, they had that stacked receiver set, and what they were trying to do was they were trying to get the safety to bite on Amari Henry, who did the little up and back as a safety valve and doing the pump fake. Unfortunately, Garrett pumped long instead of pumping towards the short route and then going deep.
3rd down and 10. Apaches, quick pass on a bubble screen out to the left side, and boy, that was blown up by J.P. Patterson. Amari Henry never had a chance. They lost yardage on the play. Well, and there's a flag down back at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that may not be on J.P. Patterson.
TJC pointing at Navarro like it's against them. Now
Okay.
We'll see what the officials have. Oh, Tanner Jacobson's out on the field, letting somebody know about it.
Well, I'm always curious. We see so much of this that doesn't get allowed in high school football, but junior college, for some reason, they allow so much taunting. It has sometimes gotten out of hand. JP has taken it way overboard many times tonight, where he has literally just run right down. We'll hear the call.
Roughing the passer against.
Wow.
Wow, that's a big call against Navarro. Guerra likes it, and he knows it's going to move the ball 15 yards for a first down, and TJC now threatening to score and take the lead.
That had to be way late, too, Brian, because Guerra had let go of that football and was still standing. So that had to just be an egregious call. But, boy, it cost him Farrell, but big time movement for TJC here with 6:38 to go.
Down at the 12-yard line on first down, they'll hand it off to Burgess. Burgess, no running room, good defense, swarmed by Navarro. And number 31, it's Christian Cooper from Garland. And it's going to be a loss on the play back to the 15.
And thanks so much to Phil Hicks for our numbers at halftime. Hilburn right now, 10 catches, 123 yards on the night.
Wow. Guerra shifts Burgess. Then he hands it off to him. Up the middle. Burgess gets to the 11-yard line. And no more.
But we didn't know if he was even going to play, and he has not been able to break one away yet. He's been bottled up in between the tackles and hasn't had an opportunity or a chance to even get outside, maybe get into that extra gear.
Walker DeHarst, the linebacker, was able to make the tackle on the play. It's 3rd down and 9 now for TJC. Really would like to get 7 out of this and not settle for 3 with 5:36 to go in the game.
Well, at least you're close enough to be comfortable if you have to do a field goal attempt here.
Guerra in the gun with 2 wide to the left side. Back to throw. Pressure coming from each end, and they collapse on top of him. He's sacked back at the 16-yard line.
Boy, and 4 white jerseys around Guerra and just swallowed him up. And as soon as the play was over, you saw 3 offensive linemen just staring over the top of their quarterback.
It looked like they were trying to set up a screen because those guys came through untouched.
But boy, you got to get that ball out of there quick if it's coming like that, especially here.
I don't think you can get it out that quick. Daniel Mathis will come on to try the field goal. It's going to be set at the 22. It's a 32-yard try. His kick is up, Kick is good, and TJC takes the lead on the Mathis field goal with 4:37 to go in the ball game. It is 17-14. TJC on top of Navarro College. You're listening to Apache football on AM 600 KTBB.
Our business program is the foundations that you're going to need for a bachelor's program when you transfer.
Got my associates at TJC. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in accounting, and I currently work in a public accounting firm in Tyler, Texas.
Human resources,
Accounting.
Marketing.
financial literacy.
We'll have some speakers and some networking opportunities for students.
It's going to give you a competitive advantage to be able to speak the language of business.
I feel like business is everywhere, whether that be in Tyler or anywhere around the world, and I felt like I wanted to be a part of that.
We have smaller class sizes.
The human aspect is always going to be there.
It was a great experience, great classes.
Business is just going to give you a really good foundation to understand how the world works.
Seth Baggett will kick it off out of bounds for the Apaches after the 32-yard field goal by Daniel Mathis. That flag will come out. That's going to give Navarro College great field position there after TJC just took a 17-14 lead with 4:37 to go here in the ball game. Been a good one.
Well, that's one of those little bitty things that you don't want to happen. And even watching this kid all through high school, Seth Baggett made, less than one mistake, I think, on the football field that I've seen. And he's not a kid that really, I don't think any kicker likes kicking it out of bounds. But boy, you just taking the lead, 4:37 to go. He's going to be very hard on himself after that.
Bulldogs will get the ball 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line, trailing by 3. 4:37 to play. Man in motion to the near side. Low snap. Ulrich has to pick it up and take off and run for his dear life, and he's taken down by Gooden.
Well, a fantastic pursuit by Nazir Adams as Adams runs him down at around the 35-yard line, so it ends up being no gain when it really looked like Broussard was just about to open it up.
No gain on the play, as Kenny said, and it's 2nd down and 10. Clock continues to move at 4:10 to go in the game. Back to throw. Ulrich, deep ball, right side. It's overthrown. Good coverage out there on the corner by Jannard Lockhart.
Well, I thought Lockhart was going to draw a flag right there as the ball hit inbounds at around the 45-yard line.
Intended receiver was Micah Simpson.
Yeah, that looked a little bit close with body contact going right there. And, boy, when you throw those hands up, just like you mentioned before, it almost brings guilt to you real quick.
The one thing about it, Simpson didn't help himself because he was backpedaling and he lost his balance.
Yeah.
And so that kind of helped to sell it in favor of TJC.
Well, the ball was definitely back a couple of yards behind him, too. But, boy, I thought when that ball hit inbounds, we were about to see a flag come across the screen.
Now, 3 receivers come to the boundary side, and now Ulrich will drop back to throw, and he just has to sail it into the bench because he had nowhere to throw it, and pressure was coming. And, bearing down in his face was Derek the Great, the freshman from Bullard. 4th down, and just like that, hardly any time ran off the clock, and they've got to punt the football.
Yeah, and just like that, you forget about that small mistake that Baggett made kicking the ball out of bounds. And when the defense comes in, forces a couple of incompletions and then some great defensive play, bringing Broussard down at the line of scrimmage on 1st down.
And I apologize. I kept saying Ulrich, it's Broussard.
We got 2 10s on the floor.
Jeez.
And,
all right, Broussard in there. He's been the quarterback all the way, by the way, in case anybody thinks I'm drunk. It's at the 35-yard line, and Broussard back to throw over the middle. Caught at the 46-yard line. What a grab, and all over him. Nakari Ashley was able to make that, wearing a TJC defender like a cheap suit.
Amen.
Wow, what a catch. Tay Bullock was all over him, and he came up with it. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Navarro trails by 3. 3:28 to go. Another quick pass off a back foot by Broussard, intended for Ashley. Incomplete. The pressure by the TJC defensive front, forcing him to unload that football a lot quicker than he wanted to.
Well, Quincy McDowell had already decided he was going to figure out a way to somehow distract the receiver as the ball was coming down, but as soon as the receiver figured out the ball was out of his reach, pretty much gave up on the route. Unfortunately, McDowell didn't turn around to see if he could make a play on the ball itself.
Second down and 10, Bulldogs at their own 48-yard line. 3:25 to play in the game. They trail 17-14. Too wide to the right side, man in motion, goes to the right, sets up outside. Broussard rolling to his right, runs that counter draw play, and it's Snyder. Snyder gets knocked off his feet at midfield after only a 2-yard gain, and it's TJ Williams again, who's having a heck of a game.
Well, Justin Cottrell came in and went right down to the legs, and boy, it's just so refreshing to see basic form tackling, especially when you have plays like that, counters that can turn into big yardage. You get them cut down quickly.
Third down and 8, back to throw. Pressure coming, and down goes Broussard. And getting up off the bottom of the pile is Emmanuel Lawton. Along with him, Day Ross. Apache defense buries Nehemiah Broussard.
You know, even if you miss who had the initial sack, all you have to do is watch, see who's going to be dancing. Because there's always whoever's in on what maybe the play, you're going to see a bunch of people dancing.
It's a penalty against Navaro, and there's a timeout with 2:44 to play. Let's take a 30-second timeout with them. 17-14. Tyler Junior College on top of Navaro. 2:44 to play. 30-second timeout. You're listening to TJ.
Here's how it goes. You're born, you grow, and grow a little more. You start school. You crush on the cutest girl in class. You're starting to love math. On to high school. It's a whole new ballgame. You win some awards. You get your heart broken. Prom, yearbook photos, high school, check. Now what? Here's a suggestion. Tyler Junior College. It's 2 years you'll never forget. It's challenging. It won't bury you in debt. It opens the door to every possibility. Tyler Junior College. You're ready for this.
At Earl Campbell Field at Christus Trinity Mother Frances Rose Stadium. Brian Houston along with Kenny Smith. 2:44 remaining in this ball game. And Navaro trailing 17-14 on 4th down and 15. Leave Broussard, the quarterback, on the field. He drops back to throw. Pressure, there's a hold, and he goes down back at the 29-yard line. In spite of the hold, the sack made by the TJC defense, and Benjamin Roberts was in there in his face.
And boy, I know I'm going to butcher his name. Ruben Shalombo?
Shalombo works for me from Byron Nelson High School in the Dallas area.
Fantastic. Well, he's made 2 consecutive plays back in the offensive backfield, and what a huge stop. Not only that is, but that may be a game-turning situation there. Apaches need only to pick up a first down. Maybe if they can get it in the end zone, or maybe a couple of first downs, pick up another field goal and still keep this a 1-score game, but get it out of field goal range for Navaro here in the final 2:39.
TJC has the ball at the Navaro 30-yard line after the sack on 4th down. 2:39 to go. They lead at 17-14. They can put it away with a first down or 2. Handoff up the middle. Burgess, short yardage. Gets a yard, timeout called. And a timeout by Navaro. Let's take a 30-second timeout with them. You're listening to TJC Football on AM 600 KTVB.
Here's how it goes. You're born, you grow, and grow a little more. You start school. You crush on the cutest girl in class. You're starting to love math. On to high school. It's a whole new ballgame. You win some awards. You get your heart broken. Prom, yearbook photos, high school, check. Now what? Here's a suggestion. Tyler Junior College. It's 2 years you'll never forget. It's challenging. It won't bury you in debt. It opens the door to every possibility. Tyler Junior College. You're ready for this.
.230 remaining here at Rose Stadium. Brian Houston and Kenny Smith. TJC has a 17-14 lead over Navaro after the Bulldogs called their second timeout. They have one remaining. It's second down and 9. TJC with the football. Handoff to Burgess up the middle, just trying to burn some clock and make Navaro call their last timeout, which they did. And so mission accomplished there. They've taken all of Navarro College's timeouts. And so we'll take one more timeout with them with 2:25 to go. 17-14 TJC up. Let's take a 30-second break. You're listening to TJC football on AM 600 KTBB. Their final timeout. They trail 17-14 to Tyler Junior College here in Tyler with 2:25 to play. Tyler Junior College trying to wrap up an undefeated regular season. Navarro College has one more ball game next Saturday. They'll play at home in Corsicana against New Mexico Military Institute. TJC will lock up the regular season first place in the conference with an undefeated record as this stands. Back to throw. Guerra sails it off his back foot. It's underthrown. And a pass interference call as the pass was intended downfield to Elisha Besa, and a flag was thrown in the corner of the end zone. I'm not quite sure what the defender was trying to do. I thought he was going to try to go up and kick it in the air.
No, and we're going to watch it on the replay too, because he had turned. He was facing where the ball was coming down, but he was falling backward. Receiver was behind him, so there was no way Besa was ever going to catch the football. But he must have had a little push off there.
I'm telling you, he tried to kick it.
He did get his legs up in the air.
Dylan Gordon.
We're going to see if this may be against TJC.
It can't be. There's no way.
Well, it looked like Besa actually had an arm from behind him.
It is against TJC. So much for no way.
Okay, well, it did look like the defender was facing the football, so he was making a decent play, but his left arm was locked up with Besa in the end zone. Besa was back behind him, so there was a possibility Besa was holding on to that arm.
Well, I know this much. You don't want to make that penalty because now you got a long yardage, 3rd down and 23 here with an opportunity for Navaro to get the ball back.
Plus taking him out of field goal range here as well.
Guerra, they've got to get to the 20-yard line of Navarro College. There was movement in the line, and now we get TJC with another self-inflicted wound. Looks like they're going to get called for illegal procedure here. Pre-snap penalty, you can't have it. You're trying to close this thing out. Yep, the Navarro Bulldogs are saying it's an illegal procedure against the Apaches.
Boy, they were probably a play away from a field goal attempt.
Yep.
And then the offensive pass interference almost in the end zone happened right at the 1-yard line.
So you can almost count on Navarro College getting the ball back one more time here before.
Okay, well, they got a break right there, Brian.
It was against Navarro. What was the call?
It was going to offside.
Offsides? Okay. Navaro was pleading their case, but it's a 5-yard penalty, but it's still 3rd down and 18 at the 38-yard line for TJC. They've got to get to the 20 for a first. There goes the defensive end for Navarro jumping off sides again. So that's 5 more yards.
They get 10 yards free on what may end up being a Guerra hard count twice.
Moses Madubuike jumped off sides for Navarro, the right defensive end or right linebacker. And now it's 3rd down and 13 at the 33.
And Brian, now they're just looking at maybe a quick in route, something across the middle here around the 25-yard line. I'll put them right back in field goal range.
Keep it in play and let the clock run, that's for sure. Back to throw, Guerra over the middle. It's almost picked off. It was intended for Jens Hilburn. He was hit in the hands with it, but I'm telling you, the defender jumped the route and distracted him.
Yep, sure
that
did.
That was a great play, a diving play by Cole Smith, the linebacker, to get in front of Hilburn and probably block his vision just a little bit and keep his eyes from following the ball into his hands.
See, there's nothing wrong with your eyesight. That was a perfect call right there.
Much. I appreciate that.
Well, it's not going to help out Mathis as he's got a bomb he's got to hit now.
This is a 49-yard field goal by Daniel Mathis. If he nails this, he ought to have a parade. 49-yarder, kick is up. Kick is good! 49 yards.
How about that?
Wow. Had the wind to his back, I will tell you that, but nobody cares right now. It is 20-14. TJC on top. 2:09 to go in the game. You're listening to TJC football on AM 600 KTVB.
Our business program is the foundations that you're going to need for a bachelor's program when you transfer.
Got my associates at TJC. I'm pursuing a bachelor's degree in accounting, and I currently work in a public accounting firm in Tyler, Texas.
Human resources,
Accounting.
Marketing.
financial literacy.
We'll have some speakers and some networking opportunities for students.
It's going to give you a competitive advantage to be able to speak the language of business.
I feel like business is everywhere, whether that be in Tyler or anywhere around the world. And I felt like I wanted to be a part of that.
We have smaller class sizes.
The human aspect is always going to be there.
It was a great experience, great classes.
Business is just going to give you a really good foundation to understand how the world works.
Mathis with a 49-yard after Navarro College went for it on 4th down in their own territory and were sacked. Gave TJC the ball at the Navarro College 30-yard line, but they were not able to do anything but go backwards. They put Daniel Mathis in a tough position, but he just drilled a 49-yard field goal with 2:09 to go in the game to give TJC a 20-14 lead. Seth Baggett followed with a kickoff that went into the end zone, and it's going to be Navarro's football with 2:09 left, no timeouts, and they have the ball at their own 25. Back to throw Ulrich. Ulrich being chased. Ulrich doing his best Fran Tarkenton, throws it downfield deep, caught out of bounds. Incomplete.
Boy, great effort down there, though.
Pressure on the backside on the quarterback was what busted that play up.
Well, Broussard tried to keep it alive as long as he could. They've got the 2-minute timeout now. I thought maybe we were going to get an extra timeout for Navarro, but the 2-minute timeout going on now.
All right, we'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to TJC football on AM 600 KTBB.
Stay connected.
On 1st and 10, ball almost intercepted by Day Ross. On 1st down, it was a completion all the way down to the 45-yard line. There is a flag down back at the 46.
Well, this place would have erupted. Absolutely came unglued. Great crowd right here at Earl Campbell Field. But, man, Day Ross tipped it 3 times and had the interception, could have ended this football game.
Just to remind you, it's only a 6-point game right now. Navarro has the ball. They have no timeouts. Face mask against TJC. That is brutal. 15 yards, and it puts Navarro down in TJC territory at the 40-yard line with 1:41 to play. Man, they are doing everything they can to keep the Bulldogs in this game.
It's a 15-yard major, too.
1st and 10, Navarro. Trailing by 6. 2 wide receivers to either side. Broussard. Hands off, up the middle. No gain on the play. Clock continues to move at 1:32. That's good. Just keep it ticking.
Well, running it right up the middle is a little bizarre right now with the situation we've got at hand.
Especially when you need 6, you don't need a field goal. 2nd down and 10. Bulldogs up to the line of scrimmage. Quick snap. Broussard back to throw. Deep ball over the middle. Caught. Ashley at the 5-yard line. Oh, my goodness. That's not good.
Well, it wasn't defended badly, as all over the intended receiver. The defense got him at the 6-yard line. The defender was all over the receiver.
That's to the 5. It's 1st and goal. Navarro trailing by 6. Quarterback keep. Broussard breaks a tackle. He gets to the 3 and goes down. Clock continues to run at 49 seconds to go. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 4. TJC's got to rise up here.
When Bryson Burgess came off the field as fast as he could, he is injured, got something wrong with that right arm, comes off the field for this next play.
Broussard with an empty backfield on 2nd and goal. Back to throw. Deep ball right side. It's thrown, caught out of bounds. Incomplete. That'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go. And it's going to be 3rd down and goal. How about this for a finish?
Well, it's a heck of a finish. I keep looking back at that run up the middle that they lost 30 seconds of this clock, and it worked obviously to TJC's advantage. But, boy, if they end up running out of time with no timeouts here, TJC is going to clear a huge hurdle here late in this ball game.
Keep in mind, a 15-yard penalty against TJC gave Navarro the ball around the 40-yard line and put them up in great field position. It's 3rd and goal. Here come the Bulldogs. They trail by 6. 24 seconds to play. Broussard, pressure coming on the backside. Got to dump it off. It's going to be 4th and goal. Great backside pressure back there. It looks like it was, again, Nazir Adams. He's been all over him. This is the ball game, guys.
Well, I'll tell you who's incredibly angry is offensive lineman Penny Masima. Masima, I think, had got his guy locked down and really thought they were about to throw a pass into the end zone and became so angry at the fact they could not make a play.
One play. Here we go. This is it. 4th and goal from the 4. Broussard calling the plays. Back to throw. Pressure coming. He has to get rid of it. Incomplete. TJC's going to win the football game.
Brown, I think Broussard didn't know it was 4th down.
Broussard didn't have any chance. He had to get rid of it.
I don't think he knew it was 4th down because he literally threw it out of bounds.
But I think the pressure was in his face and he had no choice but he couldn't take the sack. But you're right. I mean, he threw it where nobody could catch it, and the Apaches get out of there. There's a flag down at the 12. Wait. Well, holy smokes. I hope that's just excessive celebration.
Well, it looks like the offense is gathering up on the field. And if that's going to be half.
That's got to be post-play.
Okay, well, it's going to have to be. Obviously, the crowd is saying it was after the play, and obviously it doesn't matter if. Oh, let them play. Sorry. Whoever was angry there.
Well, the offense is not on the field now for Navarro.
All right, so it's half the distance, so there's no such thing as taking a knee right now with 14 seconds to go. The ball is now on the 1.5-yard line.
An incomplete pass on 4th and goal with 14 seconds to go. TJC's just got to do a quarterback sneak, and this game's done. They're right there at their own goal line. Don't fumble the snap. Kneels it down, and that's going to be it. That's the last play of the game. The Tyler Junior College Apaches, with a tremendous defensive stand in the final seconds of this ball game, hold on to defeat the Navarro College Bulldogs to complete a 9-0 regular season, and they'll be undefeated in conference play with an open date next week, waiting to see what happens with the playoffs. What a game.
Well, second half, man, Navaro came out firing, and they scored the only points in the third quarter on the Snyder 5-yard run with 11:32 to go. And Navaro came out with a little bit of fire in them, but TJC defense made all the plays tonight or this afternoon when they absolutely needed them. And some standouts on this defense seem to be the same guys that have stepped up for them in games past. But the way this game came down to the last couple of drives, some mistakes by TJC, they get the ball back. They score. They pick up not only the lead, 17-14, but they get a massive 49-yard field goal by Mathis to basically ice it, forcing Navarro to have to go for it on 4th down to try to get it into the end zone. I think Mathis is pretty much the intangible that put them over the brink and gave them the victory tonight.
Tyler Junior College wins it. We'll come back with the post-game show. It's 20-14 final. TJC over Navarro College. You are listening to TJC Football on AM 600 KTBB.